What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Today we're going to be running through a weekly outlook for the week coming up of January 19th to the 23rd, 2026. Let me double check. Is that right? Yeah, 19th to 23rd, 2026. We're going to run through what I have marked on my charts, just kind of like my overall outlook on the week, some scenarios that I'm potentially watching. Not trying to predict exactly what the market's going to do, but kind of just see just some ideas and just get some ideas for our charts. And then we'll go over the news. So before we get into it, guys, again, link for everything. Discord, Alpha Futures, if you need a code LukeX, everything's in the pinned comment description. So if you guys want to go check that out for everything, all my links are down there. And let's get right into this. So we'll start at NQ, we'll look at ES, and then we will go through it pretty quick, and then we'll go into the news. So starting off with the monthly, obviously we still have like half the month left. Monthly candles currently bullish. We're still in bullish order flow on the monthly. That's pretty much all you need to see right now from that. Going with the weekly now, we've been in some weekly consolidation. We really haven't broke out of this weekly range for the last like 2 months or whatever, since like the end of October. Since the end of October. So we've just been chopping around. We do have a lot of draws and liquidity I have marked out. It probably looks a bit overwhelming, but it's really not that difficult. But basically right now, what I have marked out, I have obviously all-time high marked out. I have this weekly high right here. I have previous week's high right here. I have previous week's low. I have this weekly low and this weekly low, just as kind of extended targets. And that's what I have marked out on my weekly. But overall, we still have not broken structure or anything like that on the weekly. I'm really not going completely bearish until we really start trading below like a weekly low and we start breaking structure. But right now, we're still in this consolidation. We look at the daily. Daily's just been kind of ranging. We had this sell-off. We had that flip into that gap. We had that nice recovery, and then really no clear direction. This week we had a move down recovery. We kind of just been chopping around in the same little area for the last, like since December, mid-December, whatever. So for the rest of my draws and liquidity, again, what I have marked is all-time high. I have this daily high up here. I have this daily fair value gap marked out as well, which is resting right below or right above this daily high, previous week's high, and this weekly high. So this will be a nice target if we do move up because it's, resting right above these three draws and liquidity. Then for sell side over here, we have, again, previous week's low, a weekly low, and a weekly low. These are just kind of extended targets if we do get that push down. So we also do, again, SMT. NQ has been lagging bullish. We know that ES put in all-time highs and stuff like that, so that's just something to remember to keep an eye on. Now I'll show you guys my ES chart. Again, ES has been a lot stronger bullish. Weekly it's been a steep climb up, but it's been moving a lot, a little bit different than NQ, like you could say. So we have all-time high and previous week's high marked out up here. We have previous week's low. We have this weekly low and this weekly low. We go to the daily. It's looking a bit cleaner on a bit of an uptrend, just a little bit slower. And then I have marked out this daily high right here as well as an additional draw on liquidity. So again, ES is putting the all-time highs, NQ hasn't. So that's just something to obviously remember. So right now, like, we're in a bit of an interesting situation. We have draws both sides here. We have a ton of sell side and we do have a good amount of buy side. So it's really just going to depend on, how news plays out this week and really what we want to run through. Like whenever we expect bearish price action, I feel like the opposite happens. So we just need to be aware of the draws and liquidity and then really kind of take our lower time frame entries, not be too concerned with the higher time frame, but just have these areas marked out so that we can use them to react to. So basically, if we get bearish confirmation and order flow wants to continue bearish, I'm going to be looking to seek down to at least previous week's low. And if we trade below previous week's low, then I'm going to be looking to seek out these two weekly lows down here on the higher time frame. My main target, like I said, is obviously going to be previous week's low because that is the first major sell side draw on liquidity. And then we have these two beyond that. My overall higher time frame bearish, like I was saying earlier, is not going to shift bearish until we get a break of structure on the weekly. So if this weekly candle closes bearish and we actually get like a strong break of structure or something like that, then I'll probably shift bearish for on the higher time frame. But right now I kind of have a neutral bias. I'm really not stuck to one way or the other. So what I'm thinking is one scenario, like I said, if we get manipulation lower first, we could easily seek out previous week's low. From there, we either see continuations lower or we get a manipulation. Maybe we sweep the previous week's low, we get a reversal, and then we look to trade up to our buy side draws and liquidity. Those would be the scenarios. if we get a shift down first. So we could seek out our draws. If we continue to trade down, we continue to trade down, or we get a sweep, a reversal, and we continue back to the upside to our buy side draws. Now, if we want to manipulate higher first, okay? If we want to manipulate higher, we have two options. We trade up. We can look for price to most likely want to run through all of these draws right here. Because again, we have a daily high, we have previous week's high, and we have this weekly high resting right below this daily gap. So I'd at least want to be targeting into here. Now from here, we could obviously see a rotation down. So that could be one scenario. Or we could see price trade up, inverse, and continue up to price discovery, trading back up to all-time highs. So those would be my scenarios if price wants to manipulate higher first. I'm leaning more bearish this week, but I obviously can't predict which way market's going to manipulate first. But ideally, we do get some form of manipulation, something clear. Maybe we sweep higher and then we get a manipulation down and we can run through all of this sell side. Or we get a clear manipulation down, a reversal, and then we continue back to the upside. But that's pretty much it, guys. This is what we trade. Like, this is what it looks like when we're in these kind of conditions like this, when we're in this kind of like higher time frame range where there's no clear direction. Like I said, obviously, with how it's been, it's really hard to have a strong bias. I think price could go either way. We have draws either way, so I don't want to have a bias, but those are my ideas. You know, if we manipulate lower, we can seek that reversal back up to these draws up here, or we seek the continuations lower, or, you know, we manipulate higher and reverse off this gap, or we just continue to trade above towards all-time high and towards previous day, whatever. And from there, like, we just got to wait for us to break out of this range for anything clear. Like, if we get this break of structure on the weekly, then I will shift to higher time frame bearish. But right now, I'm just kind of neutral. I'm kind of just waiting to see what this lower time frame gives us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the same ideas with ES, really. We want to see some clear manipulation, kind of break out of this chop, and then we'll look from there. So let's go over the news. Again, this is everything I have marked out for this week coming up on the higher time frame. Every day is going to be different, obviously, but let's get into the news. I'll tell you guys how I'm approaching every single day, day by day. So starting off on Monday, we do have a bank holiday. It's a half day. I won't be trading this. I'll be saving for Tuesday to Friday. So let's go through Tuesday to Friday. On Tuesday, we just have the WEF annual meetings, and Tuesday would be a normal trading day for me personally. There's really nothing that changes anything. This would be a normal trading day for me. Wednesday, we have the meetings again. We have Trump speaking at 8:30, and then we have pending home sales at 10 a.m. I'll be a little bit cautious this day, but again, this will be a normal trading day at market open. I might slightly be de-risking and saving a little bit for the end of the week, but this will be a normal trading day for me. Now, on Thursday, we have core PCE, final GDP at 8:30, which is our red folder news. This would be a normal trading day, again, for me at market open, so we'll be ready to go at 9:30. And then on Friday, we have flash PMI at 9:45, and we have some orange folder at 10. Basically, when I have 9:45 news, I honestly just wait for it to pass. I don't like trading before. If it's 10 a.m., usually I will try to trade before if I can, but 9:45, I'm going to wait for this to pass, wait for news to play out, and then hopefully we get a good data wick to trade with, and then we'll be trading probably like 5 to 10 minutes after the news. So that's it for this one, guys. Should be a pretty solid week coming up. Again, shortened week. Friday, pretty much normal after the news. Thursday, we'll be trading normal at market open. Wednesday we'll be trading. Hopefully, we'll see what happens in the morning, but this will be a normal trading day. I might be de-risking slightly. Tuesday will be normal, and then Monday I won't be trading personally. So that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video, and check out all the links in the pinned comment description. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.